Hey guys, my name is Shai and this is Evermind Astro. This video is all about Libra Rising, okay? Libra Rising, the Ascendant in Aries. Where to start on this one? Libra is very interesting to me, and I feel like it is often boiled down to balance, right? The scales of balance, and to justice and to equality, and even to an extent interpersonal relationships. So I mean, I know that Libra is exactly all of those things, so it makes sense that we boil Libra down to those things, but I always feel like there's a deeper meaning to Libra that is typically overlooked, right? A deeper meaning to Libra that is typically overlooked. And you know what? I kind of feel that you guys feel that too, right? That maybe when people look at you, you feel like you are being overlooked. Is that where I'm getting this vibe from? Do you often feel like I know that not all of you watching this are Libra Rising, right? Some of you are just here to learn about Libra Rising. But for those of you who are Libra Rising, do you feel like people are often overlooking you? Is that where I'm getting this from? That people are often overlooking you. And you know, it's super interesting. Every single one of these rising videos I've made, it keeps coming up some type of lesson or adjustment we can make with our rising energy to make our lives better, right? If we so desire. This is not a thing you have to do. It's something that you simply can do if you've been realizing, do I have this habit or do I have this tendency to do this type of behavior that is actually making my life more challenging? If you've already noticed that, and if you've already kind of put it out there to the universe to go, can I get some help, like learning how I can make some adjustments to my behavior to make my life easier? If you've already put that out there, then this video is for you, right? Then this video is for you. With Libra Rising, I think the trick here is to actually stop overlooking yourself, right? Stop overlooking yourself. I think there is this tendency with Libra Rising because Libra Rising really seeks to create balance and harmony between individuals in civilization, right? In civilization. I always get this, the idea of civilization, right, comes with Libra. I feel like Libra is actually the first energy in the zodiac sign that actually focuses on civilization, right? Aries all the way up through to Virgo, those are all signs that could exist happily out in the wilderness or just in their own home, doing their own thing, right? They're all kind of, because that's the first half of the zodiac, right? That's the first half of the zodiac. Right? Libra is the middle of the middle sign, right? It's the middle sign. It represents the equinox, right? Of course, either the fall equinox or the spring equinox. So it's the balance point, the turning point. So much symbolism, so much symbolism with Libra, right? It is within Libra that civilization is created, right? Within Libra that civilization is first created. And it is created like first on an individual level with the relationships between people, right? And that's why it is very important for Virgo rising people. You have a lot of lessons in life about, it's not, they're not even really lessons, it's just your life happens to play out in this way that you have all of these interactions with people, and there's this constant theme in your life about how to find harmony in this relationship, how to find balance in this relationship, or even how to help those two people come into balance with this in their relationship, right? Libra rising could easily end up being like a teacher, or like a couples counselor, a therapist, anything like that, where you're helping people find a balance first within themselves and then find balance in the relationships. And Libra rising you can find yourself trying to like dish out equality, maybe even a better word here would be equity, right? Trying to dish out equity. Like if one person is lacking in something, you'll give that what they lack so that they can get on the same footing as everyone else, right? Like there's an image that goes around that I see on social media sometimes describing the difference between equality and equity. Equality being every single person, if there's a bunch of people trying to look over a fence, With equality, every single person gets the same size box. So maybe the tall people who could already see over the fence, well, now they're really tall, but the short people, maybe they still can't see over the fence because they were too short and the box was too small, right? But with equity, the tall people don't even need a box because they can already see over the fence, but the really short people, they get a really tall box so that they can get over the fence and everybody ends up being the same height, right? Libra rising, you can find yourself interacting with that type of dynamic, learning about that, maybe teaching that, right? This is just a theme in your life, right? Trying to get everybody into this place of balance and equality. And there's also this thing with Libra rising where you could find yourself in conflict. Your interpersonal relationships can get you in conflict with your group. What does that mean? So example, you could end up dating someone or even marrying someone, falling in love with someone who, for whatever reason, does not meet the approval of your family, right? Maybe your parents really disapprove of this person that you're marrying. Maybe, if you come from a rich family, maybe your potential spouse is like, totally broke, totally poor, doesn't have a job, and your parents just like can't get on board with that, right? Maybe they, I'll just roll with that example, but fit it to your situation, right? There's just something about this personal relationship, this one-on-one relationship that you are in can get you into conflict with your group relationships, right? And I would say your family relationship, with your family of origin is more of a group relationship, right? Yes, you have interpersonal relationships between the group, but really it's like a group relationship. So, and then you're trying to balance out, how do I get my marriage like balanced out with like my family? And it's like this whole like balancing thing. And to me, this is all very bizarre to think about, because fun fact, guys, my only Libra in my entire chart is Lilith. So my Libra energy is like seriously messed up. So like tuning into your guys' energy and like seeing what you guys think about all day and like what problems you have in your lives and like what is a concern for you is very interesting, because I like never think about these things. Lilith is a whole different topic, but it's just, man, you guys are constantly doing this juggling act, right? Constantly doing this juggling act, trying to get everybody balanced out, right? Trying to get everybody balanced out. And in doing so, trying to create a civilization where everyone belongs and where everyone feels like they belong, right? It's like you even draw the line between it's not good enough to just include people. You want them to feel like they have truly been included and like to feel like they truly belong. And there's this sense here that someone will only truly feel like they belong if they are on equal footing with everyone else. So that is something that you're working for in your life, and that as you interact with the world, because your rising sign is the way in which you interact with the world, this is what you're constantly sorting through in this constantly moving, there's the sense of, just like the scales of justice, right? It's this constantly moving thing. So that's really important. It's constant movement, okay? It's constant movement. I think Libra rising could get stuck and could run into problems if you end up thinking that in order to find balance, you need to like lock in the balance, right? That's where I think Libra rising can run into trouble, wanting to just say, okay, like, look, I'm tired of doing this constant balancing act. We're going to try and lock this in and just, this is how it's going to be, because this is going to be equal and this is going to be balanced. It's not really going to work that way, because balance is a moving, fluctuating, constant thing. Just imagine trying to balance, on anything, but imagine trying to balance on something quite difficult, like a ball. Imagine trying to stand on top of a ball. This is possible if you're really good, right? If your balance is really great, you can stand on top of a yoga ball or something, but you don't do that by standing perfectly still and locking it in, right? No, you can only do this by making constant micro movements. Your body would constantly be moving, and you'd be moving very slightly, very like tiny micro movements, but that is how you create balance. Big movements, that would knock you off, right? And trying to stand perfectly still, that would also make you fall over. It's little tiny micro fluctuations in your movements. That is how you'd find perfect balance, by actually moving. And so think about that. That means that nothing can ever, you have to kind of, I think to find balance, you actually have to look at the long term, the bigger picture. In the short term, things might be unequal. Things might be in one person's favor and then another person's favor, moving back and forth. There can be this back and forth exchange. So in any given moment, things might seem unfair or unequal, but over the long term, that's how balance is achieved. This is very interesting. Thank you guys for bringing this through. I'm learning a lot. Let's see. What else for Libra rising? Okay, they're saying don't forget about yourself, don't forget about yourself. And I think I started to talk about this earlier on in the video, but Libra rising, your rising sign is interesting. Let me try to articulate this. Your rising sign is interesting because, yes, it's about the body because it's your first house, which is about the body, but it is also how you interact with the world. So it's like how you interact with the world using your body. And I think there's a little bit of a tendency here to sacrifice yourself, even to sacrifice your own body or your own energy for others, right? Always trying to... Okay, I think it's gone. So coming back to Libra rising, having this tendency to sacrifice the self, sacrifice the body for others. And my guides are just saying, like, don't forget about yourself, don't forget about yourself. And I think this is another thing that Libra rising can struggle with, where you end up sacrificing, because you become so fixated on other people experiencing equality and other people experiencing fairness and other people experiencing balance. Well, what about you? Are you balanced, right? Have you experienced your own inner balance? Because Libra can, the thing about Libra energy, especially when it's in the rising sign, is it can take you out of yourself. It can put you on to the other person. It can make you focus on the other, right? It can really make you other focused because it like projects out onto the other, right? And so that's something you could think about, right? How do you project out of your body and like make everything about other people? Don't forget about yourself, right? Because you can't create balance in the world unless you yourself are balanced, and you can't experience equality in your relationships. You can't experience egalitarian relationships and a fair, equitable civilization if you are not included in that, right? So you need to focus on your own inner balance, and you need to know that in your relationships that you also need to be treated with fairness, and you also need to get what you need. And here's the thing, it's not always about receiving that from others. Sometimes, apparently, from what they're showing me, is that sometimes, at least, Libra rising can end up thinking that it needs to receive from the other. It needs to receive from the other in order to feel balanced, or in order to feel whole, or in order to feel equal. But this is something you can also give to yourself, right? You can give to yourself. So give yourself what you need. Don't forget about yourself. Focus on your own inner balance, because really, if we boil it down, right, with Libra rising, your first house, your body is represented by Libra. So everything actually flows from that, right? Your body is the center of your reality, right? You're inside your body. Your body is the center of everything around you that you see. So you need to focus on creating balance inside of your own body, right? Is your heart, mind, and soul balanced within your body, right? Are you centered in your own heart, in your own heart chakra, your own consciousness, however you want to look at it, right? Are you centered? Are you centered? Are you balanced within yourself? And it is from that place of balance that you can then create balanced relationships with you and someone else. And then once you create a balanced relationship between you and someone else, then you can help other people create balanced relationships between themselves. And then that can scaffold out into this balanced egalitarian civilization. And it actually begins by balancing your body, right? And I think that might be counterintuitive to some Libra risings. So that is the big takeaway from this video, right? In order to create the world that you want to see, where everyone is in balance and in perfect harmony, you actually begin that process and that project by balancing yourself inside of your own body. That could be even balancing like your consciousness with your body, your soul with your body, mind and heart, right? Getting all of that in balance inside of yourself, and then the balance will ripple out. The balance will ripple out. So, whew, that one was tough for me, guys, with with my Lilith in Libra. It's a little bit of a hurdle for me to tune into Libra energy a little bit, but this was really helpful for me, and I hoped it helped at least a few of you. So if you'd like to connect with me more deeply, you can look down below. I have a bunch of links. I have another YouTube channel where I do tarot readings for starseeds and lightworkers and talk about all kinds of esoteric spiritual stuff. And I have a newsletter where I do bi-weekly astro updates about the transits, everything that's going on. I have an Etsy shop and a website where you can buy tarot readings. I also have astro readings, birth chart readings, transit readings that I blend with tarot. I really find it's super useful to blend astrology with tarot, because then you're not just getting the kind of textbook interpretation of all of these astrology placements. You're also getting personalized messages that can only like kind of come through channeling aided with the tarot cards, right? So that's why my astrology readings also use tarot cards. So yeah, you can find that all down below, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye.